From News 19, I'm meteorologist Daniel Bonds. We're still tracking the potential for severe weather. That's why we're under a News 19 weather impact alert day. Between 2 o'clock and 8 o'clock this afternoon and this evening, we're expecting the potential for some damaging wind gusts, possible tornadic activity, heavy rainfall, and we can't rule out some large hail either. So at this point, you do want to have multiple ways to get those weather watches and or warnings if we do have some watches and warnings. Currently, no watches in effect for South Carolina, but you look out towards the west, do have a severe thunderstorm watch for portions of Georgia through Alabama, even down towards Mississippi and parts of Louisiana. This threat's going to continue to shift a little bit more towards the east, and there will likely be another watch box issued for this part of Georgia and the parts of Alabama and Florida. And once again, we do expect the threat to continue to move towards the east. So there's a little bit of a difference between a watch and a warning. I always like to make sure we mention that. Watch means conditions are favorable. You do need to know where to go when severe weather may hit, and you do want to have multiple ways to receive those weather alerts. A warning means bad weather is happening or likely happening. At that point, you do want to go to the lowest floor, away from windows and doors, and you want to be alert even when you don't see the danger. So we are under this enhanced risk for severe weather across the Midlands, the Palmetto State mostly under this enhanced risk, and even a large portion of the Tar Heel State as well. So what does this mean for us? This enhanced risk, it means numerous storms, persistent, a few could be intense, can't rule out the possibility for some tornadoes, damaging wind gusts, and we can't rule out some large hail. So damaging wind gusts appear to be the main threat. So we're talking about a 30% chance. This is within this kind of reddish area. So that would be a 30% chance within a point, 25 mile radius near a point within that area. So we're talking about anywhere in this area around 25 miles or so, 30% chance. So there is that chance for damaging wind gusts. That appears to be the main threat, but we can't rule out some large hail, and we can't rule out that possibility for a tornado warning as well. So that severe weather threat, we are under this enhanced threat at this point across the Midlands. Again, damaging wind gusts, the largest threat, but once again, we can't rule out the possibility for a tornado warning or maybe even a tornado, and we can't rule out the possibility for large hail. So main threat, once again, damaging wind gusts, but elevated threat for tornadoes and large hail will be possible. Across the Midlands, this is kind of the timing for the storms today. So we're talking about in the western part of the Midlands, basically between 2 and 5. So we got a little bit of a time frame there, 2 and 5, and then those storms will be moving from west to east, 4 to 7 p.m. here in this kind of central area. And then as we do go towards the eastern part of the Midlands, we're talking about 5 to 8 p.m. So we are under this News 19 weather impact alert day, basically from 2 to 8 p.m. Damaging wind gusts, tornadoes possible, heavy rainfall, and large hail. Been saying this, you don't want to have multiple ways to get those watches and or warnings, whether it be a cell phone or whether radio, local TV and radio, always a good way to get those warnings as well. If we were to have a tornado warning or a severe thunderstorm warning, the biggest thing is stay calm. You do want to avoid windows, doors, and exterior walls. You want to go to the centermost part of your house, away from windows and doors, in the lowest floor of your home. If you do have a basement, and some people do, but there's not a lot of basements in South Carolina, but some people do have a basement, that would be a very safe place. But in general, a closet, a hallway, stairwell, away from windows and doors, the centermost part of your house, if we were to have a severe thunderstorm warning, even a tornado warning. So we'll go ahead and put our forecast in motion for you. We'll pick things up this afternoon. This is the latest run of our forecast model showing showers and thunderstorms moving into the Midlands. This would be 5:15. You know, this is a pretty good line here as that shower and thunderstorm activity moves through. This is 6 o'clock this evening. Those storms still impacting parts of our area. 7 o'clock, showers and storms right along and just west of I-95. And then as we get to about 8 o'clock or so, the threat for severe weather will be out of here. Our weather will start to improve, and we do expect to see a good bit of sunshine for your Tuesday. This is another forecast model, another high resolution forecast model. Here we are, 4 o'clock. Showers and thunderstorms start to move into parts of the Midlands. This is 5 o'clock. Some strong storms at this point. 6 o'clock, more strong thunderstorms possible. 7 o'clock, you see the shower and thunderstorm activity. By 8 o'clock, most of it starts to move on out, and then by 9 o'clock, the threat appears to be over. But we will be watching the possibility for some tornadic activity. This is another product that we don't use very often. This is called the significant tornado parameter, and it is showing at least some highlighted areas here that we'll have to watch for the possibility for tornadic activity. There's also the possibility for some large hail. This is another product we don't use a whole lot. This is a significant hail parameter. You can kind of see these orange areas. This would be the highlighted area that we'll have to watch for the possibility for some large hail. So almost everything on the table today: damaging wind gusts, large hail, and the possibility for tornadic activity. With the rain yesterday, the good news is the South Carolina Forestry Commission lifted the burn ban for most of South Carolina. It does continue for Horry, Spartanburg, Greenville, Pickens, and Oconee counties. The burn ban does continue for those 5 counties. The rest of South Carolina currently not under the burn ban. 79 degrees yesterday. Will probably be a little bit warmer as we get this warm air moving in from the south and west. And we did pick up 0.08 of an inch of rain yesterday at the Columbia Metropolitan Airport. Do believe we'll get a little bit more rainfall than that, but our average high for today is 72. The record is 88. Sunset will be at 7:45. I guess one good thing is with the rain, it'll bring our pollen counts down a little, but tomorrow, as things dry up, those pollen counts will jump right back up. But severe weather certainly possible today with highs in the upper 70s and low 80s. We'll have a breeze coming out of the southwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour, helping bring in this warm, moist air. Mid to upper 50s for tonight, mainly sunny tomorrow. And after we get rid of the shower and thunderstorm activity today, the big story is going to be the heat. Things are going to be heating up Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We're talking about possible record high temperatures. The record Thursday, Friday, and Saturday is 91, and we may be near that. We'll have another chance for some showers and storms, it looks like, on Sunday. If you're heading to the beach over the weekend, the weather looks like it's going to be pretty nice. Upper 70s in Myrtle Beach, upper 70s in Charleston, both Saturday and Sunday. And Thursday, Friday, you're talking about highs in the mid 80s. Towards Greenville, we're talking mid 80s. Friday, Saturday, chance for showers and storms on Sunday. But as we do look ahead, we're expecting cooler than normal conditions in our 8 to 14 day temperature outlook. This would be April 7th through April 13th. A little sliver there, drier than normal conditions in the upstate, slightly wetter than normal for, we'll say, about 2/3 of the Palmetto State. You can always follow me on these social media outlets, but the big thing for today is pay close attention to the weather. In particular, 2 o'clock to 8 o'clock this evening, that threat for damaging wind gusts, tornadoes, heavy rainfall, and large hail. Have multiple ways to get those weather alerts if we do have any watches or warnings. We'll have more updates on air and online as needed. Have a great Monday.